tutorial. As Christmas is coming, I wanted to do something a little bit more Christmassy, so I thought I would give you the recipe and show you how I decorate my chocolate chip Christmas pudding cookies. Okay, so to make the cookies, what we're going to need to start with is 8 ounces of butter, which is 225 grams, just pop that in the bowl, and also 5 ounces, which is 140 grams of caster sugar. Now, what you want to do, you can either do this using an electric whisk or just by hand. So what we want to do is just mix these together. What we want to add is just 1 egg yolk. So what I've done is separated the egg yolk from the egg white. So that goes in there, and then we'll mix that in as well. And then what we're also going to need is 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Okay, so once all that's mixed in really well, what we want to add is 9 ounces or 250 grams of sieved plain flour. So that goes in there. And we've got 1 ounce, which is 25 grams of cocoa powder. So we pop that in there. And then you want to mix all this up until it's completely combined, like that. Just finish off by adding just a pinch of salt into there. So then we've got our basic cookie mixture. So what we're going to add into that is 12 ounces or 350 grams of plain chocolate chips. Now, if you didn't want to use plain chocolate chips, you could use milk chocolate chips. That's absolutely fine. So what we want to do now is combine everything. So I'm going to use my hands. Right, and now we're actually going to make our cookies. So what we're actually going to need is a cookie cutter. Now this one is 3 inches across, our mixture, some weighing scales, and I've just got some parchment paper on a baking tray here. So what I actually do is I actually weigh out my cookies so that they're all exactly the same. So what you want to do is just grab some of the mixture, and what we want is for this to be 80 grams. So what I'm going to do is pop the cookie cutter down, pop the mixture in, and just push that all the way to the edges, like so, and just push that out. Now what this will mean is as it will grow, it will stay an exact circle, which is what we want for our Christmas puddings. So you want to keep doing that for the whole mixture. Now this mixture will make 12. Okay, so once you've used all your mixture and got all your cookies made, what you want to do is place those in an oven, which is set at 190 degrees, which is 375 degrees Fahrenheit or gas Mach 5. And you want to put those in for around 12 to 15 minutes, and then we'll get them out and decorate them. Okay, so once you take the cookies out of the oven, make sure you put them on a cooling rack and just leave them until they're cold to the touch. Right, so what we're going to need is the cookies that we've baked, a rolling pin, some red and green icing, some holly cutters. Now if you don't have holly cutters, you just need something that's got a circle on it that we can use to cut out. Some royal icing. Now I've just put this in an icing bag with a number 4 tip. The consistency of the icing, when you've got it in a bowl and you put a knife through it or a cocktail stick through it, it takes about 8 seconds for the pattern to completely disappear. A knife, if you haven't got the cutters, some edible glue, a paintbrush, a cocktail stick, and some corn flour for dusting. Okay, so to get started, we're just going to take one of our cookies and our royal icing. Now what we want to do is create the outline for the white of the Christmas pudding. So we just want to pipe that around. And then we want to make it look like the icing is kind of dripping down. So we're just going to like a dripping pattern, and then what we want to do is just fill that in. And then just give that slight tap. And then what you want to do is just use your cocktail stick if you've got any areas to kind of make them. So if you've got any air bubbles in there or any bits kind of sticking up, you can just work those around so they disappear. Okay, so there we have that bit of the cookie. So now what you want to do is just leave those to one side just to kind of crisp over, or you can pop them in the fridge and do that to all of your cookies. Okay, so once you've iced all your cookies and they're put to one side for the royal icing just to crisp over slightly, what we're going to do is create the holly to go on top. So we're going to need our green icing and our red icing. Now to start with, we're just going to take some of that and lightly dust our area. And we're just going to roll that out. Now, if you've got some holly cutters, so we've got some different size ones here, but if you've got those, then all you want to do is just kind of push some pieces of holly out to use, like so. If you don't have that, then what you can use is just something that's got a round area. So this is just a piping tip, and then all you want to do is create the shape. So if you cut one piece out there, take that bit out, another one there, and another one there, and then copy that on the other side. So we go in there, in there, and just cut that out. What you're left with is a holly shape, and then you just want to use your knife just to create the mark up the centre. Okay, so once you've got all those cut out, what we're going to do is take some of our red and we're just going to create the berries to go in the centre. So you just want to take some quite small amounts of these and just roll them into little circles. And we're just going to do 3 for each cookie. And then once you've got all those cut out, what you want to do is take your cookie and using some edible glue, just pop a little bit on where you're going to put your berries and add 3 of those. Now you want to make sure that your royal icing has slightly set, else they're going to fall through into the icing. And then just take 2 of your holly pieces and add some edible glue to the back of those. And then you just want to add those to your cookie. And there you have your Christmas pudding cookies. Now you can either serve these up as they are at Christmas, or if you wanted to give them as gifts and maybe put them into little bags, then what you could always do is pipe the name of the person you want to give them to on there. And if you want to do that, then use a size 2 tip. Now I really hope that you'll enjoy making your own Christmas pudding cookies, and if you like this video, please click the like button, and if you want to see more videos like this, then please click the subscribe button.